Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I want to get this story out to you right away because I think it's important. It's one of those things, a lot of people get upset at doom and gloom. A lot of people don't because they understand that it's truth. And sorry, the phone's jiggling. I'm just holding on to it, unlike normal. But these are those things that you want to see happen. If you've been preparing for hard times and the hard times are coming, these are the things that you want to understand or get a concept of or see them happen, because what it does is it affirms your beliefs that you've had for years or maybe even months or maybe even days that something's wrong, right? And that either makes you act or it affirms what you've already done. And so we're going to be talking about oil. Now, I did a video back in end of May, early June about I was watching Goldman Sachs call oil hitting about $100 a barrel in the fall. And a lot of people mocked it. And I said, I actually believe they know what they're talking about because their analysts are incredibly smart. They know what's going on. There's some things that are planned too. And so I put that video out and we missed it the beginning of fall, but it looks like we're going to be hitting it sometime soon in the fall. And, and it's for a myriad of reasons. There's so many reasons that this is happening, but I just saw an article that I'm going to be posting a link below. And first it talks about, you want to realize oil went negative last year, back in April of 2020. And that was absolutely a stunner. It had never happened in history, all right? So what I want people to understand is there are things happening right now that have never happened in history. And a little bit, I'm going to digress for just a little bit. People need to realize that, like real estate right now is pumped up and it's at these all-time highs. It's actually coming off of it now, like my late July call of the market topping. But people have to realize it's not only a demand story, it's because interest rates have never been this low in history worldwide. We also have a massive amount of interest rates that are in negative territory throughout the world. Last count, I was around $20 trillion. Okay, don't quote me on that. I want to say it was $18-20 trillion around there. I'm sure it's gotten larger since then. But here's my point, is that we are seeing things that have never happened before, which means your mind can go a little crazy right now and go, then that means that really, really gnarly things can happen in the economy. And I've been, preparing people on this channel, the Economic Ninja channel. And by the way, thank you to everyone that's subscribed. If you've been watching forever, if you could do me a favor and help support the channel by just tapping the subscribe button, it would help me immensely. And the thumbs up. Okay, so now JP Morgan's coming out with a narrative that they're saying that we could literally be weeks away from running out of oil. Now, I want to explain something. I think that is not exactly true, but I think we're close, all right? So one thing that they're hitting right now, they talk, and I want you guys to read the article. They talk about the prices dropping to negative, and then they're talking about supply and demand, but they're saying right now what we're seeing is that the demand for coal is so great, and natural gas, that what's happening is that alternatives are going to be, decisions are going to be made, and they're also going to be running for oil, okay? So we've seen the coal story. We've seen the natural gas story, right? We've seen all over the world, these prices are spiking right now because China is leading the charge to, and they've told their energy companies at all costs, secure the materials needed to produce the energy for this winter. So what's happening is we're seeing not only a supply chain issue, but we're seeing insane demand, not from the average user, not from the retail user, but from global demand, like countries and banks that are going out. A question I saw on the internet the other day said, how can coal just, evaporate? It could sort of dry up. And the answer that they didn't understand was that contracts are used. A company, you could go and look at a company down the road and let's say they have tons of coal over there. They say, sorry, there's none for sale. And you're like, no, but I see all the coal behind you. You're standing right in front of you. But you understand there's none for sale. You see, what happened is last night, a company came in and bought up all of our coal through a contract. So it's now theirs. And ironically, they don't even need it. They can resell that contract. And what I believe you're about to see in the near future is commodities being locked up and not being used, but being held for personal or corporate gain. All right. So I want you guys to understand that. Now, here's the bright side, the sunny side, right? When you see these things, you just get a little prepared. Now, the facts are, if we have no oil, if that did happen, what would happen? Prices would skyrocket, right? So one thing you do is you go, the possibility of skyrocketing fuel prices can happen. So what am I going to do? I'm going to spend less this month, right? If there's things that I was planning on buying or a vacation I was planning on going on, you don't have to stop your life, but you just need to plan ahead. If fuel, I used to always tell people about 5 years ago, when this goes down, in California, we're going to see $12 a gallon fuel. And people laughed, but that's not that crazy. We're already at 5. And if we ran out of oil, what could oil prices go to? 100, 200? I wouldn't even be shocked if we sell over $200 a barrel of oil. Now, guys, I'm not a financial advisor, not a financial professional. Don't trade off of this. But what I want you to do is think ahead, think more globally, think ahead, and then allow that knowledge to sink in and then make good, sound financial decisions based off of it. I do not believe this is the time to be getting into crazy debt. I do not believe it's time to, take out credit cards and buy things that we can't afford or shouldn't have. I think these are the times to be meek. Being meek is having, power and authority in a certain subject, but then not needing to just use it at your whim for your own, benefit, but needing it and holding on to it for the right time to where when you use it, it makes the biggest impact. All right, guys, I hope you got something out of this. I do see oil continuing to rise. But hey, one thing too, what are the things that haven't risen yet? Gold and silver. And a lot of people, would crap on that. I actually look at it as an unbelievable opportunity. But again, you don't want to put too much money into that. You want to also keep cash on the side, because if we start to see deflation because of all these massive price increases, what you want to do is you want to be able to have cash to be able to take advantage of that deflation, because there's going to be a lot of deals out there. Okay. So remember, the most important part, and this is advice right here, diversification in whatever you do. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. That has always failed 100% of the time with me. And I don't want to see you guys fail. I want to see you guys succeed. With that being said, thank you so much for hitting the thumbs up, guys, and hitting that subscribe button. It helps me so much, and it's just a little tap. I appreciate it. The Economic Ninja is out.